Roll to Save presents Whitewash, a Paranoia actual play podcast. Episode 2, Get in Line.
Previously on Whitewash. Our intrepid team of troubleshooters, now known as Task Force Epsilon 718, are tasked with repainting corridor number 182, which has mysteriously been painted white. This corridor is infrared clearance, and it being white, and therefore ultraviolet clearance, means that none of the infrared drones can get to work in the food vat in CFD sector. At the same time, they are also briefed on getting food production in CFD sector back up and running. They are to pose as red clearance vat maintenance technicians and get the food vat in CFD sector up and running again. Curiously, these briefings are given by two separate individuals who don't seem to have knowledge of each other. Now back to our brave team, who are currently making their way to PLC warehouse in CFD sector. You make your way to PLC. PLC in Alpha Complex is responsible for production, logistics, and commissary. In essence, they make things and they distribute things. And this is where troubleshooters go to collect all of their equipment, all of the equipment they get assigned. This equipment doesn't belong to the troubleshooters, it belongs to Friend Computer. Troubleshooters have to take good care of it, and it's a good job you have got a very trusty equipment officer on your team in the form of your friend Walt. And Walt has signed this docket that has said he's going to take all responsibility for anything that may go wrong with the computer equipment. Of course, it won't go wrong, because the computer always provides for your needs. As we know from last episode, Walt hasn't been entirely honest in his signing of the form. This form that says he will take all responsibility for all the equipment provided to the team, he has signed in the name of Lindsay R.G.1, the team's hygiene officer. This means if anything goes wrong with any of the equipment, Lindsay R. is the one who will be footing the bill.
I'm still holding my pen out in case anyone needs it.
I was going to give that a quick wipe. Up and down gesture movement there.
It's looking very clean.
Now, one of the things that troubleshooters love at PLC is the queues. Imagine those queues you see, or lines for our North American friends, in communist-era Russia, outside places where they're getting bread and other basic necessities. The PLC depot in CFD sector is very similar to that. In fact, imagine the biggest IKEA you've ever been in. And imagine lines and lines of red-suited citizens, all heavily armed, queuing with dockets very similar to yourself, waiting in line. AlphaNet entry, PLC, production, logistics, and commissary. PLC controls agricultural and industrial production. It also distributes these products to the citizens of Alpha Complex. PLC is held in only slightly more esteem than HPT and Mind Control. It is actually no more than a mammoth service bureaucracy, though it does regulate most of what could be called wealth in Alpha Complex. At the infrared end of the scale, PLC service firm workers are cooks, clerks, farmers, and factory labourers. At higher status, there are more managerial and policy responsibilities. At best, it is none too glamorous. Most personnel in this group are dull and terminally bored. The exceptions are either unusually greedy and corrupt, especially in the food production firms, or fanatically loyal to the computer and creatively dedicated to increasing production and consumption. These latter servants tend to also be fantastically loyal to the secret society Free Enterprise. And as you come in, there's a little vending bot with a number above its head that hands you a ticket. And as it hands you the ticket, the number at the top changes to 432 from 431. Now, the room's got lots of comfy couches around it. There's vending machines. There's confession booths. What's the team going to do?
Raj, I heard that you like queues. Is that true, Raj?
I love any form of order provided by the computer.
How about you, Tracy? Do you like queues?
Oh, me?
Mhm.
Yeah. I can get in line with that.
Who would you like to accuse?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You said you would like to accuse someone. Who would you like to accuse?
Oh, no, I didn't say I'm accusing anyone. I said I can get in line with that.
I think Paul's got that recorded. You said you like accuse. You like to accuse.
I am just saddened to see one of my own team.
Can you play that back? Can you play that back?
Yep. Here it is right here.
Mhm,
And he plays it back to the team. I like accused. Exactly.
Well, it seems pretty clear. I'm just a humble equipment guy, but this saddens me.
It saddens me deeply.
I pull out my laser and I point it at Tracy.
Oh, this is.
Are you a communist?
I'm sure this is a big misunderstanding. Let's pretend this never happened.
You've got the wrong person here.
Those who've just confessed to not being quite so happy, can I remind you that happiness is mandatory?
Did someone say they're not happy? And he starts leveling his laser at other people.
Point that at me. I'm always happy to have a gun pointed at my head.
Sounds
I'm
good.
overwhelmed with happiness, but I'm saddened just a little to see one of our own team in the face of working for the computer.
Are you a mutant communist?
I wish I was, so I could be killed in this moment, so I wouldn't feel this disappointment in our own member. I wish I was dead.
Excuse me, comrades. Can I just excuse me, citizens. Can I just remind you that we should be in a correct line here?
Everybody, form up in line.
Now the order
What
that
is
you
the
queue
correct
up is
order?
very important because if you're the first person, then you're gonna appear over eager, and if you're the last person,
Then I believe you should be the first in line, accuser.
Well, I mean, if you're ordering me to
believe
be the
according-
first in line, then that's a completely different exception. And he pulls out a little bit of like a book. It looks like a little book of bylaws, and starts thumbing through it. All right, fine.
That's a red book. Is that a red book? It looks like a little red book.
What are you,
to me.
colorblind? No, it's the little black book of mores.
Oh, I see. What are you doing with a black book? Surely you should have a red book, being red clearance and obviously not wanting to be demoted.
Well, it's handwritten. So he kind of shows that it's a handwritten book of social mores that he did for himself.
I see. Computer printed out forms not good enough for you, huh?
No, they're great. I love forms. And when the computer gives them to me, those are two of my favorite things. How long is this line?
AlphaNet entry, security clearance. Every citizen of Alpha Complex has a security clearance. Our troubleshooters that we're following are clearance red. Security clearances correspond to the electromagnetic spectrum. Beneath the troubleshooters in status are the unwashed masses, the labourers and drones of security clearance infrared. Above them in grade are orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, and ultraviolet. Ultraviolet is the highest status. It is whispered that there are clearances above ultraviolet, but rumours of treason. The computer determines each citizen's clearance with complete impartiality. Higher clearance means more responsibility. It also brings benefits, larger quarters, more privacy, and a more fantastic food choice. All citizens' needs are catered for, but those who sacrifice the most for the sake of society and their fellow citizens are rewarded most greatly. Citizens of a higher security clearance enjoy a more significant share of trust from the computer and have advanced because they have selflessly served the greater good. Red clearance troubleshooters should defer to high clearance citizens at all times. Failure to do so is treason. Citizens are expected to wear clothing of the same colour as their security clearance. Infrared citizens wear black. It is said that ultraviolet citizens, also known as high programmers, wear white, but most people have never seen anyone wearing white. Our troubleshooters must wear red at all times. They may adorn their red uniform with some black, as long as the majority colour is red. They often have fun with this. Failure to have fun is treason. To ensure that only citizens of the requisite competence, judgment and reliability have access to restricted areas, Alpha Complex is divided into coloured regions. Citizens may only enter areas of their clearance or lower. Our troubleshooters must stay within black and red regions at all times. Failure to do so is treason. The computer is your friend.
What is the number on our piece of paper?
433.
Perfect. Excuse me.
No.
I'm going to grab Lindsay by like the scruff of his shirt. I'm going to pull him over to the vending bot. Be like, this bot is in terrible state. I need you to make sure that he is tip top to make so he can do his best job possible. If you could be so kind.
The bot turns round.
How can I be of service?
Well, you need a good spit shine there, son. I mean, you could be the glammiest person I've ever done met. And he like pats it on the shoulder.
Do you require assistance queuing? Citizen, I appear to be clean. Why are you shining me?
Because you deserve the best.
He just touched you, and he hasn't washed his hands in at least 5 minutes.
It's true. I haven't.
Here, have a squidge.
Hey, Raj. Maybe we can ask this person to bump us up the line a little. I mean, with food, vats, and all that, it really...
Breaking order? Are you trying to break the computer's order?
Well,
we have been
I'm
assigned to this line because that is what the computer wishes us to do.
I'll remind you that such baseless accusations is a form of treason.
I am merely asking you a question. Are you attempting to break order?
Oh, no, I'm simply trying to state that the vending bot mayhaps have heard of our predicament and will help us to receive the equipment so that friend computer can get back to other much more important things.
Ah, jeez. Okay, hey.
Happiness
and
officer, give them drugs now. They are obviously in an ill state.
I give myself drugs.
All right. Look, bot, we're troubleshooters. We've got a job for the computer. It's urgent. Can you do something here?
What do you require me to do, citizen?
We just need our equipment for the job.
Do you have a ticket?
Well, that would be the golden retriever over here of a team leader. Would be the holder of that.
Did I just hear a sound of sarcasm in your voice?
No, I love golden retrievers.
How do you know what a golden retriever is? I'm sure that there haven't been any of those for quite some time now. I think they might be mythical. Are you a commie?
No, just really into mythology of golden retrievers.
I'm not sure that you're cleared for that kind of knowledge. Do you have yellow clearance? Oh, no, you're in red.
AlphaNet entry, The Old Reckoning. It is currently year 214 of the computer. Alpha Complex has existed in its current happy, over-medicated state for just over 2 centuries. Everything prior to year 0 of the computer is said to have taken place in Old Reckoning times. Although HBD and MC maintain a pre-complex data archive of all official information about Old Reckoning times, these sources have become corrupted over the years. What were once veritable storehouses of knowledge have lost their integrity and are instead very long on dry facts, short on interesting details, sharply limited in focus, and rigorously sanitised. Whilst access to the archive is discouraged, it is not strictly treasonous. On the other hand, it's not strictly useful either. Actual knowledge of the Old Reckoning times is considered to be security clearance blue, and any knowledge of actual history by citizens of a lower security clearance is considered treasonous. Because of this, and because of the unreliability of the archives, most of this information has been handed down orally and therefore has suffered considerable distortion across the years. Prominent in this part mythology, part history are elements of pop culture from the middle and late 20th century, film, television, music and lifestyles. Aspects of different periods are mixed with gay abandon, beach movies, sitcoms, pop music, transcendental meditation and news footage are blended into a curious romantic nostalgia for a culture with unlimited personal freedom and potential. Oddly enough, the computer and its agents ruthlessly crack down on letting this information spread. The computer is your friend.
How would you be privy to the necessary level of knowledge one would need? You see, I know nothing of anything you speak of because I'm a simple red. But all of these things passing back and forth in such a way, all I can imagine is that...
Lindsay, your PDC starts ringing.
Excellent. Just 1 second, gentlemen. I'll just wander a little further away from the line.
Fine.
Obviously,
I will
places me at the back.
follow right behind him. I will be literally right behind him the entire time.
Hello, this is Lindsay RG1. Who is calling?
Destiny has afforded you a glorious chance to strike blow for infrared masses.
Sounds jolly fun. This is not a good time at the moment. Can I get you to call back in, say, 30 minutes?
Why are you not doing the voice? It's the best part of this.
Sorry. Comrade, you're supposed to be calling me back. Workers of the world unite.
Imagine it will be a beautiful call.
Noted that you'll be receiving a call in 30 minutes. I will be right beside you. Who called?
I think that was our what's his name? Our blue guy.
You don't remember the name of a blue?
Wow, that's pretty disrespectful.
Winston.
You're
wasn't
starting
it?
to
Winston.
seem very
Aha.
red, my friend.
Hey, Lindsay, can I just check in really quick 1 second? And Tracy's just going to walk up to Lindsay. Now, that ringtone's ironic, right?
Of course. Not that I
Right,
really
it's
understand
just,
what you
that's
mean by the
just,
word
that's
ironic.
just a silly joke.
What's
If I
joke?
know my laws, irony is a dirty commie trick to make you believe something that doesn't happen. You admit that you are affiliated with an ironic figure.
Not at all. Lindsay just pulls out a bottle of squeezy and squidges on the glasses of our grand leader Raj and gives him a quick wipe.
Just blighting me. Maybe, perhaps the only true way to solve this is to maybe do a quick callback on speakerphone.
What's speakerphone? This is some sort of strange new technology.
You know, I put this we talked to the equipment guy. He gets his loudspeaker and then he puts it right next to the microphone of yours.
I'm not really sure I understand what you're asking me to do. It sounds like you're asking me to share my private communication feed, which of course is
Private?
treated.
There is no privacy to the computer. Computer knows all, loves all.
And that's why I don't need to share anything with you. If there was treason, surely the computer would detect it.
Are you?
Or do you not trust the
Of
computer?
course I trust the computer. The computer
is your
is
friend?
my friend. I just think that perhaps somebody is being a little sneaky around here.
AlphaNet entry: Secret societies. All societies are technically illegal, but some are more illegal than others. In the computer's eyes, or as that lenses, membership in some societies warrant no punishment whatsoever. At the same time, there are other societies where, if it came to light you remember, you'd probably be fined or otherwise reprimanded. However, there is a third classification of society, the membership of which will see a clone terminated for treason. Societies are classified as follows. Category A societies. The computer not only allows these societies to exist, it sometimes even encourages memberships in them. Why would it do that? Well, these societies either espouse some quality the computer views as positive, or serve as some kind of harmless outlet for urges that might possibly evolve into something more legitimately serious. Class B societies. These societies are the results of more extreme wings of Class A societies breaking off to do their own thing. The computer doesn't generally expend much time and effort in tracking down members of these organisations, as they either serve a useful purpose, espouse some kind of message of technological supremacy, or are else considered largely harmless. However, the reason that these organisations are subject to slightly more scrutiny than Category A's is that their doctrine can sometimes lead to extremes of behaviour that violate other Alpha Complex laws. Anti-mutants are rather fond of lynching mutants. Mystics can sometimes be found robbing PLC pharmacies, and Corpor Metal have an annoying habit of trying to remove robots' Asimov circuits. Category C societies. The tracking, persecution and termination of members of these societies is a full-time job of Alpha Complex's security services, and with good reason too. Members of these societies seek to actively tear down the society that the computer has created. Whereas the antics of Death Leopard, a Category A society, are more akin to Fight Club, Purge are Alpha Complex's equivalent of Al-Qaeda. They're scary terrorists that have no qualms about blowing up buildings full of innocent people. These groups have strong ideologies and their members are committed to their beliefs. Nobody jokes about being part of one of these groups because even mentioning them is enough to bring down a visit from internal security. Imagine living in a brutal police state with no human rights, where surveillance is everywhere, and that vending machines might be listening for certain keywords. Yeah, that's why no one talks about membership of these societies. Scarier still is the fact that, as of the year 214 of the computer, Internal Security believes around 27% of citizens are involved with a Class C secret society. That guy next to you in the transbot, he might be a member of Purge, and he might be wearing a suicide vest.
Hey,
Are you saying you know more
look
than
at this
friend
guy in
computer,
front of me.
sir? Because clearly our friend Lindsay here.
Can I just ask?
said that
Have you noticed? Look, guys, sorry, but this guy in front of us, he's got something in his back pocket, and I'm not sure that looks entirely clean for starters.
Are you talking to me? I don't know what I have in my pockets.
No.
Oh, okay.
Random guy in front of us in queue. I was going to tap him on the shoulder. Excuse me, citizen. What is that in your back pocket?
In case it is not immediately apparent, Lindsay R has slipped something into the clone in front of him's back pocket. Something treasonous. He pulls something out and he reads it and his eyes go wide. That's nothing. Good to meet you, citizen. I need to go elsewhere. PDC, really important call. Bye.
Goodbye, citizen, and I'll step forward one in the line. I feel happy now.
You should have been microdosing you this entire time.
Now serving citizen number 218.
Is that us?
No,
No.
we're fourth.
Well, hey, I'm happy to wait.
Hey,
Thrilled,
Walt.
in fact.
You're in charge of equipment and all that. And I'm sure you know the intricacies and the ins and outs of Alpha Complex better than any of us can possibly say. So if you could be
Well,
so
not too well. What would you like me to get? I can requisition something if we need some equipment.
Yeah, what does that list say for friend computer that we need?
We need some red suits. Well, we've got those. We've got those already. We need some paint. We need some paint. That should be en route.
There's black paint, isn't it?
Black paint, yes.
Well, Paul will chime in. I think at ProTech we can get some paint there. We should swing by ProTech on the way.
ProTech is Paul's secret society. He's inadvertently messed up here.
Well, if we have the suits and we just need paint, maybe we should go to ProTech and skip this line.
Chris R seems uncommonly keen to damn himself by association.
Are you?
Oh, I
saying
thought we
that
were. I thought we were standing here for the sake of standing here.
Of course we were, but that time has since elapsed, and it may be best that we get going.
I cannot believe my own ears. You are disregarding the order of a blue? He told us to come here. He told us to requisition equipment. How could you even... What could be going through your head that you would even think of such a thing?
You know, you do a lot of finger pointing for a communist.
What is
Careful.
a communist?
Oh, strange, because we all know what communists here are in Alpha Complex, and for you to pretend not to know is far more suspicious.
In fact,
than
only a
Elucidate.
commie would deny
Elucidate.
knowing that they're what a commie was.
Elucidate what you think a commie is. Is a commie one that follows the computer? Because in my book, that is quite the opposite.
No, I think a communist is someone who is named Raj or Fab 1. I'm going to get real in his face about it.
Making accusations like this are very dangerous. I hope you know what you're doing.
While they're doing that, Lindsay's just going to be slipping something in the back pocket of Raj.
Can I use perversion to feel that?
Clearance ultraviolet. Rules. Can I use perversion to feel that? Hey, we're meant to be a family show. What's going on here? In Paranoia, perversity points are the GM's reward to entertaining players. Other, non-fun RPGs give out things like experience points for gathering treasure and killing gnomes. These are generally used for improving players' characters over the course of a campaign. Given the terminally short lifespan of most troubleshooters, the mere conceit of a Paranoia campaign is as laughable as a player who attempts to survive a game. Therefore, some other tool is needed for a Paranoia GM to condition their dancing monkeys, to inspire their players. Enter perversity points. Perversity points let players interfere in scenes that they are in and scenes that they are not in. The only requirement to use them and to have access to a supply of them is to be amusing, help the storyline along, and generally mess with the other players. A good Paranoia GM will shower their players with these every time they are entertaining. The players will bask in this adulation and become even more entertaining. I believe a man called Pavlov wrote a whole study about this. So, what can you do with them? Simple. You spend them on a 1-by-1 basis to improve your dice rolls, or you spend them to improve or hinder another player's dice roll. You can spend up to 5 perversity on any given roll. When this happens, it is important to describe to the other players what is happening to make the skill attempt go better or worse than usual. Obviously, it doesn't make amazing radio to hear players say, I'm adding 5 to this roll. Oh yeah, well, I'm subtracting 5 from it. Well, I'm going to add 2. So you probably won't hear much of this. Unless I'm useless and forget to edit it out, it could very well happen. However, keep your ears peeled for players describing just exactly what happens on certain attempts to do things. That's generally a sign of somebody using perversity.
As he goes to do that, he's going to sort of, go down as if to tie a shoelace and just use the opportunity to make sure he's at the bottom level and can clearly see what he's doing.
And as he goes to notice, I'm going to tabletop him over the top of Lindsay so he can't grab what's in his back pocket.
Did you just put your hands on the leader of this mission?
I was just cleaning your trousers, so you had
Both of
on
you
the bottom.
touched me. I would commies touch regular citizens. Respect distance.
Sir, I am the hygiene officer.
Yeah.
It is my
so
duty
why are you
to
not
make sure that
keeping
you're clean and
So
shiny.
why are you not keeping 6 feet of distance or 2 meters if you're from some weird land?
Hey, Paul, come in here real quick. Record what is in that man's back pocket, but so he cannot deny that he had it in there. There is a bump in that man's pants.
And he just zooms in real close on the pocket and pans back out.
Wow, well, it appears in your team leader's back pocket. You're not quite sure what it is, but it's a leaflet that has a red star on it, and there's a hammer and some primitive-looking implement crossed, and some funny-looking writing that you can't really make out.
I pull out my laser and I just level it at his head. Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground right now! You're communists! You're treason!
I am not a communist. They touched me and he touched my pants. I believe he was the one that put it in my pants.
Paul, play it back. I don't think he has any of that on tape. To be honest with you, I bet you he only has the fact that he zoomed in on that pamphlet that is very much sticking out of your back pocket.
I don't even know what this means. How would you know what this means?
Well,
Unless you were a commie sympathizer.
It says communists are the best at the top of the pamphlet.
So you just said communists are the best?
That's pretty damning.
I mean, no, it's what the pamphlet says.
Wait. Somebody play that back. He just said communists are the best.
Well, I said it says it in your back pocket.
You just said communists are the best. Play it back.
He is right.
So did you, though. So did you.
You actually said it multiple times right there. Actually, you said it, I think, 3 to 4 times. I only said it once. And
okay, all right.
I think both of you are on record.
I'm just going to throw this out here. At a certain point, all this infighting is just keeping us from doing our job, right?
Just like
He's a communist.
Say that.
I'm just trying to stay productive.
I'm worried he might be a communist. I mean, aren't communists all about...
While we're doing this, can I look at what numbers up on the board to make sure that we're not actually wasting time? We're just waiting.
It's currently 303.
Ooh, see? I think we should suss this out before we continue on. Friend computers might have quit.
I think something suspicious is going on. That man made a call. I'm going to point at the hygiene officer, Lindsay. He made a call. His ringtone was mighty suspicious. And he touched my pants, and then all of a sudden, there was a leaflet for a communist organization.
Sometimes when your pants get touched, that's considered a compliment.
Not where I'm from, which is here. I don't know where mutants come from. Maybe in the sewers of this place, mutants think pants touching is okay.
While this is happening,
I wouldn't know anything about that.
Chris is going to back up, and he's going to whisper to the vendor robot that there is a communist on site to inform friend computer without raising too much of a stink.
Thank you, citizen. Uploading.
All right. And
I like the sound effect.
Stuck at 99%.
Hey, you want a little help with that? So Tracy's going to walk over to the vending bot. Here, if you don't mind, what's that?
Oh, that's some alarm.
Citizens of CFD sector. Communist alert in PLC. Communist alert in PLC. Internal security response en route. The computer is your friend.
I have my gun, right? I just draw my gun.
I draw my gun.
I
draw my gun.
We're all pointing our guns at Raj, right?
I'm pointing at Raj.
I don't know that he said the alert, so I think there's a communist somewhere else. So I'm like pointing my gun to other places. Like I'm looking behind me, I'm looking in line, I start screaming, "Are you communist? You gotta tell me if you're a communist, otherwise it's communist entrapment. Tell me if you're a communist."
What you do notice this has the effect of doing is really reducing the queue, because a lot of people are furtively glancing at each other and then running off.
A lot of communists here. I see him running.
We'll step forward in the queue, obviously.
Well,
Definitely step forward in a
I
queue.
think that Lindsay is actually not have his gun out. He's just staying in the orderly queue and slowly moving up the line.
you are now at the front of the queue. The alarm is still blaring. The PLC clerk's badge reads Robin R. CLK4. She's a registered mutant. She's got the yellow stripes.
You.
Can I have the mission reference, please?
Equipment guy, bring the form.
All right, I've got our form. Let's see. Requisition number 182.
All right. And what's your team code?
Epsilon 718.
Can I see that form, please?
Sure, I have a pen if you'd like to borrow it, but
I have plenty of pens, thank you. Okay, this all looks in order. Thank you, Lindsay RG1.
Hey, hold on just a second. Tracy's gonna walk over to the vending bot. All right, pull the commie order. Would you tell the computer there's actually not a communist here, please?
Citizen, false accusations of treason are in themselves treason.
Yeah, I didn't make the false accusation. Can you just shut the alarm off? We know the cops are coming anyway.
We haven't dealt with our great leader yet.
More dial-up motives.
I'm going to ask Robin R. Are you any relation of Robin R. H5 by any chance?
No. Well, actually, I'm a clone, so probably, but no. Okay, this appears to be the equipment manifest. Lindsay R.
She looks round at Walt.
You're obviously signing for this. You can collect your crates at the back of the warehouse. You're on the hook for... Sorry, not on the hook for. You've requisitioned 8 red laser barrels, 1 laser rifle, 6 toolkits, 4 sets of red coveralls, 1 plunger, 10 meters of red wire, 7 grenades, 1 slug thrower with 20 rounds of ammunition assorted, 4 pairs of red waders, 2 red inflatable vests, 3 med packs, 3 brooms, 2 buckets, 1 Jackbot Model 960, and 5 propane lighters. Does that sound in order?
Yes, thank you. I'll just put it in a box, thank you.
Well, it's going to be in several crates around the back of the warehouse.
That's what I said, mutant. Several crates.
Ugh, always straight to go to the mutant card.
Well, yes.
Have a nice day, citizen.
Excuse me, registered mutant. Have you seen any of my member at any of your meetings?
I'm sorry?
Have you seen any of my party in one of your meetings? I'm kind of like look behind.
We don't organize. We're just loyal citizens who have selflessly confessed their genetic failings to the computer.
I'm gonna put like my fingers up in the air. I understand that you are loyal citizens. Do you recognize any of my team?
No. Are you finished?
I guess. Whatever. Bye, mutant.
She blinks.
Bye-bye.
And as you're walking away, your hair catches fire, Raj, for some reason. Spontaneously.
How strange that the computer decided to set my hair on fire. Very weird.
It's
Go to the
very...
nearest fire extinguisher and then cover Raj in foam.
Raj, you usually get covered in foam.
To be touched by something of the computer's manufacturing. It is exuberant. Transcendental even.
What was
And
happening?
then I'll hand him a squeegee to wipe off with.
Another fine computer-made item.
That fire extinguisher is going to go on our expense report, you know.
Equipment manager / guy. Take that down.
Yes, that's me.
Citizens, if I can remind you to step out of the queue, it's a little bit, rude.
I've already been out of the queue for some time, communist.
Chris is actually gone, and he's with the crates.
You've been
and he's
out
holding
for some
the laser
time.
rifle in his hand and checking the barrel because after he caught fire, he really didn't care, and he kept kind of walking.
Let us go pick up those crates.
Yeah, I'm going to get some crates.
Thank you for listening to Whitewash, a Paranoia actual play podcast. That was episode 2. Thanks have to go out to our wonderful cast of players / voice actors. They are, in no particular order, Alex Adams as Chris R, Che Webster as Lindsay R, Paul Page as Paul R, Ryan Mossberger as Raj R, Ren Drury as Tracy R, John Cohen as Walt R, Kirsty Wilson as Robin R, and Keeley Wilson as The Computer. Some of these folks have podcasts of their own. I'll include details in the show notes, so please give them a listen. We're pretty sure you'll like them. We're a regular addition to the Roll to Save lineup, with new episodes appearing every month. If you would like to get in touch with us, please find us on Twitter at SavePodcast or email us at roll.to.save.pod@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook by searching for Roll to Save. We're always on the lookout for new cast members, so if you fancy giving Paranoia a try, let us know. Thanks again for listening.